Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today's episode we're starting to put up some of that stonework on that front of the house in Ajax. Hoping to get most of it done this week. We'll see how that goes. We gotta be super careful. We're gonna do this in sections because this is kind of working backwards. We're taking out what's underneath that's supporting the top. So as we take out the brick below and all the support pieces below, we have to make sure that none of the brick up top falls. And even if it doesn't fall, we have to inspect if any of the mortar cracks above where we're working. We'll see how that goes. Enjoy the video. So we found the best way to remove bricks without disturbing the surrounding bricks is to take a grinder with a diamond blade and cut the perimeter of the section you want to remove on the mortar line. And then instead of using big swings with a hammer, it is better to use a demolition hammer, rotary hammer tool like this Bosch here that we like to use, because it has micro impacts and it's less likely to disturb the brick above it if I slowly drill through the mortar joints and remove the bricks by hand. If you use a hammer and a chisel, you're more likely to crack more of the mortar above where we're working. And even though I'm being extra careful, cracks will appear and they just have to be fixed after the fact, but this will reduce the amount we have to fix. Starting to open up this corner here, you can see that these bricks are pretty much toast all the way down. And they're actually a bit damp, but it has been raining the last few days. And what we thought, these two bottom stones are coming out, but this looks like a concrete pedestal here, but it's actually this is just another row of red brick with parging on the front of it. So it's all crumbling away too, so that's all gotta go. Same with this middle. You can see this one's lower because by the time we get to the original concrete, it's way lower there, and you can see this is all starting to fall apart. So we're probably gonna we gotta form 3 new concrete pedestals to fit these new stones on top. And then we're gonna have to create a concrete curb that goes all the way up and around, similar to how the stones around the door we just did. That's got a new concrete pedestal about an inch above this interlocking here. We think that one of the reasons that a lot of moisture is getting to these bricks is there's supposed to be little weeper gaps at the bottom of the brick to let the moisture come out the bottom. That's why there's about a 1-inch air space here to let air circulate, so if any moisture from the building sweats out in between the brick and the house, it will slowly evaporate. And there should be weeper holes here. We think that when these interlock steps came in, at some point someone repointed some of this brick, that someone filled in those weeper holes. There's a weeper hole right there. This is the other side of the house. Another one there. And there. Underneath the plant. So there's about 5 here on this wall. The problem is sometimes people don't realize that they're supposed to be there, and when they come to repoint brick or do a small repair, they might fill them in thinking it's an eyesore, but they're actually very important to keep the building. Very important to avoid problems like this. We decided it was best to take out the brick section by section just to make sure that we can keep track of what was supported and unsupported. So we went ahead and took out the surrounding brick around these precast garage surrounds. a few of the stones at the bottom of these garage surrounds need to be replaced anyway. So we took out sections, and we took out the sections of brick at the height we needed, and whatever stones needed to be replaced were removed so that we can figure out our concrete pillars below. We didn't want to take out all the red brick around the corner into the doorway because it would leave a lot unsupported. It made no sense to get ahead of ourselves. Every time we got to the height we needed the brick removed, we screwed in temporary support blocking and legs to the ground to help support the brick while we installed the new stone underneath it. After we had all the brick and stones removed from the garage surrounds, we formed new footings underneath these columns, and we used 3000 psi fiber reinforced concrete. I think it's a little overkill, but it will help with the salt and snow, and this should last forever. Once our garage surrounds were in place, these precast surrounds, we went ahead and filled in the stone on each corner and in that middle section to support the brick above. I used a shim and a string line to help keep our corners plumb. A neat little trick. String lines are a lifesaver. Sometimes old technology is the best technology. Okay, quick little update here. We've got some of the stone done on the front here. The stone is called Algonquin limestone. I think it looks pretty sharp, and we didn't use like a concrete ledger. We used the same stone as a ledger. I think we thought it would look nicer. That's the new precast stone that we fit in there because the old one was spalling. You're gonna have to come back and parge that concrete base we built. We did new concrete little footers there because, for example, the one underneath the middle here, even though it was parged, when I broke apart the parging, it was just red brick underneath there. There was actually red brick sitting below this concrete. There's actually a hole in there full of red bricks, which is a big no-no. So replaced that bottom one, poured a new concrete footing here. These two are new. Did the stone in the middle here with a nice ledger. Same with this side. New footing, but replaced all three of these were discolored and cracking, so all three of these ones are new. We were doing this in sections, so we did these three stones columns first, and we're working our way across the back, so it's about 5 feet tall here. We actually originally were only gonna go about to here, but we feel like it made sense to create a ledge across the middle, and then after the window it will step up to the archway we did last week across to that corner. So hopefully this gets you an idea. It's about 53 inches from the ground there. I mentioned when these stairs were done that this was too high, whoever did the capping here, but actually it goes back to the builder, because all the red bricks that were here before, the concrete was all the way down at the bottom here and went straight back. And you can see that on the other side of the wall here, where the foundation steps up, and this is where the stairs would be. This whole corner was filled with brick, and you can see where the water would infiltrate. So our new concrete on the other side of this is stepped down properly. Now this stone is a lot sturdier than the red brick, but it's still better to be above any super moist conditions. Got the footing all poured. It'll be nice and sturdy for the morning. Got temporary ledgers bolted into the studs, so everything's fine. Should be nice and strong. Hopefully tomorrow will be a big day, getting all this stone in, hopefully. The more we look at this, the more, you know, you become a detective and think. The running theory currently is that when this house was built about 20 years ago, one, the concrete steps were poured last, and I think the original drawings, or the original plan, the stairs probably only came to about here with a railing on either side, and I think last minute decision they decided to pour it all the way against the house. So I think originally the brick being low made sense because there would have been stairs and then empty space and then the house. Because it would have been an even brick line all the way around to the front. So I think an afterthought was expanding the stairs all the way to the house. Also, when these were capped, someone blocked off, it's usually hollow underneath there, someone blocked it off. I think a lot of moisture that's getting underneath the stairs has nowhere to go because now it's blocked off against the house, and it's been blocked off here, so we might add a vent in this at the end of this. Next week we have to come back and finish this stone front. I'm going to remove some of these steps so that we could parge our concrete properly. I think the front door is being repainted, and all these windows still need to be caulked. So next week's a big week. All the little things. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching this week's episode. Hope you really enjoyed it. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want to. And next episode, I'm hoping we do the final walkthrough of this job. Thanks for watching.